Welcome back, everybody. So we're just continuing where we left off last episode. I haven't.
There you go.
I haven't done anything else to it.
Do you remember where you left off?
No, I think we have to sew here.
So we left off attaching the front to the liner at the neck holes, and now you'll have to do kind of the same thing but around the armpit holes at the certain points, which we'll find on the instructions.
Yay! So this will not be like last episode. It'll be more like compilation.
Brief
Less
little
talking.
updates.
Less talking, more sewing. So might be a 5-minute video, might be a 10-minute video. I guess we'll see.
It's going to be an increment of 5. 5 exactly.
5 minutes exactly.
Alright, my legs are being used.
Yes, alright. We'll check back in later, guys.
Explain what you're doing.
I'm pinning my fabric so it doesn't move while I'm sewing.
She is pinning the
And then we'll
edges.
do it to the other side.
And they don't have to be super close either.
No.
Like you can spread them out. Probably like an inch, inch and a half between them. Just enough, like you don't have to like overdo it with pins. Just make it so it doesn't move around a lot.
I tend to go a little overboard with pins.
Which you don't want to do if you don't want to
I can't help
jam it.
it.
Yeah, so basically now she is going to be sewing the edge of the armholes. So attaching the liner to the I have instructions. So this is what it looks like. So that's the back. This is the front panels. They're attached at the shoulders right here. She stitched this bit. And then now she's going to be attaching it to the sides here. Are you prepared for your next step?
The dogs say no.
Winnie, you don't think she's ready? Alright, are you ready for your next step?
Yeah.
This one's a bit of a doozy. Are you prepared?
No.
Alright, your next step, step number 5. Turn it inside out.
Oh gosh. I don't know if I can do that.
That's the easiest bit you're gonna have. So you have to make it so all the seams are on the inside. Turn bodice right side out by pulling each front through shoulder seams and out the back as shown. Press. You don't need to look at it as shown, it looks stupid.
Wow, this looks nothing like it's supposed to.
Don't worry.
I mean, I know.
We're getting there.
It looks like the instructions, but it looks weird.
Alright, so now turn it inside out, just like that bottom picture.
What?
Right?
What does
Like,
that mean?
guys, like picture. Don't actually, I think just leave it like how you have it. But it says, turn inside at like shown. What does that even show? I'm pretty sure, so this is the bottom of it, and it's just pulling those through it, I guess.
What?
I don't know. Leave it as is.
Okay.
So the next step, okay, current step, we are pressing the edges.
Whoa.
So they were all puffy before, But ironing the edges makes it so you can see like the clear lines and shapes that the pieces are, because they kind of look just like a clump of fabric before, and then ironing it out, as it says to do, helps you find that right shape so you can go on to the next step. So we're starting with ironing that out, and then after that we will be stitching the side seams, which is down here after the armhole. So you can't really see it from right here, but there's a shape after the armhole to connect the front to the back, which will be our next step. So, on a scale from 1 to 10, how do you like ironing?
This is the worst step of any sewing project.
Oh yeah, if you're working on a tiny space or a tiny table, or you have a tiny, or you're just standing at an ironing board, be careful. So you see all these little holes on there? Yeah, when you have a steamer or an iron, that's where the steam comes out of. So liquid comes out of there. So if you're holding it horizontal like this, and it goes over the table, over your leg, and water drips out, it will burn.
Burn, baby, burn.
I have learned from experience. You do not want that hot water on your leg, because I was wearing shorts when I did it too. So, painful. Be wary. Sewing is a dangerous process.
Yeah, you
got sharp
really hurt
needles,
yourself.
punchy machines, hot irons.
No one talks about the risk of sewing.
The back pain.
Yeah, when we stopped sewing, my body was so sore in random places because of how I was sitting.
Seamstressing is hard. Lots of danger. Sure, OSHA would have a field day in our office. But it's okay because we're not at like business level, so it's fine. Alright, we'll come back to you when we are done. The
Tyrant's angry.
Alright, we are hitting a wrap in our sewing project for the day.
Yes.
Care to explain where we're leaving off?
Well, as you can see, here's the piece. Look, it looks like a vest
It
now.
looks a lot more like a vest now. You can see it's a vest on camera. The edges down here are pinned.
Yes.
That's our next to do.
Right here.
Our next to do. The item on our to-do list that is next. I cannot speak to save my life.
Why we're stopping is because, see this? It doesn't tell us if it needs to be sewed up or down.
And it comes into play later when we have to attach the bottom piece to it. And because obviously we need to figure out how it's being attached and how this is. Basically, just need to figure out if the seam's going over this or over down.
Yeah, because
we need to figure out how it's being used.
My only comment is, I think this is a little too big for me.
You can always put it on. See how it's going right now.
I'm wearing a big sweatshirt, so it would fit me now. But it's too late to adjust. It's okay if it's a little baggy. It just looks wide, you know?
Well, like I said, take like 5/8 of an inch off of each side and seam because of the seam. So it's going to look bigger when it's inside out.
Yeah.
But hey, extra room for your boobs.
My boobs magically get bigger even more. Yeah, look at that.
But no, like if it fit too well for your size, then it might not accommodate for your boobage.
Well, I mean, her costume, like, don't even go over her boobs fully.
But do you want yours to?
It doesn't matter.
Well, you can always take in the sides if needed. Add some like princess seams or darts.
Because this is going underneath a belt. So I can position it however I want.
Yeah.
And then put the belt on and it'll be stuck that way. So, but not bad.
So what's our next goal?
To finish it. We wanted to do it this time, but we got
baby
confused.
steps. In order to finish it, what's our next step?
Well, to figure that out, because that's a big problem.
And then once that's figured out,
we can do the skirt part. I don't know. What do you call it? A skirt? Like,
it's like a You're not focused, but it's okay. It's basically just like a long vest.
we just been calling it like the skirt part. but it doesn't like...
I don't think it's like a skirt.
And the skirt part is going to be a little different because of the slits, so we're thinking about like not connecting it at a certain point.
Yes, basically it's going to have some open sides. There's going to be slits here and here, and then
in the butt.
On the back,
like this drawing.
It'll be like halfway up.
It's not drawn here, but like here.
Yeah, here's this. Here, look at this drawing to show what I mean, but it's not actually there, so you won't actually see what I mean.
Right here, her slit goes all the way up to her waist for the side one.
And the back one, I saw a picture. It looked like either a part of a bag or the slit in the skirt. I think it was a slit in the skirt, and I think it went to like about like here. So I think it went to about the same height. I'll have to send it to you.
See, that's what I thought. I thought it went all the way up here, but I was like, does that even make sense in the back to have it all the way? If it's slit all the way up here on the sides and in the back.
Do you see how many tendrils she has when she's walking around? She's got like tentacles galore.
So I guess we got to decide if we want to make the back one shorter, like to my butt, or all the way up to my waist.
That's a you decision.
So I guess we'll see how the skirt's going, because we just slit that and seam it, so.
Could be easier said than done, as most of the stuff
I guess I'm going to see how the sides go.
Well, you kind of got to do them all at the same time.
Well, not, you know, like right before we attach it. We'll see.
Yeah, we get that all sorted out.
Yeah, we need to get that sorted out before anything, so. Fun stuff, guys.
Alright, so next time we tune in will probably be just to, we don't need to bore you with more like sewing footage, so we'll probably get the skirt done, show you when we're about to attach it, and then final product.
And then we'll probably dye the product in that video as well.
Yeah.
We'll make it like one video?
Yeah, so like finishing and then the dyeing.
Yes. Just dyeing it gray.
Dyeing the fabric just like it's making us feel like we're dying right now because we're like,
it shouldn't be taking this long, but the instructions are crap.
Yeah. Simplicity, is that who it's by? No, who's this by?
New Look.
Oh. New Look. Your instructions are crap. Get your shit together.
We would have had this done days ago if you weren't so confused.
They had one step that consisted of two entirely different steps, and then to like the visuals, they combined those into one picture, and it was super confusing, and we were stuck on that for a while.
But that's why it's taking us so long, because we don't know what it wants from us.
Yeah, not good pictures, not worded clearly. But yeah, that's one of the things in sewing that takes the longest when you're working with patterns is just if they're poorly written.
Yeah. Makes all the difference.
Alright. Closing statement.
Alright, please like, comment, subscribe, share. If you have any questions, we can elaborate next video or comment, depending on the question. Subscribe, and as always, bye guys.
Bye from behind camera.